Hey, this is Tyler Joe Miller, and you are listening to Music Row with Leake.
Welcome to Music Row, a backstage pass to your favorite country artists. Here's your host, Leake.
Tyler Joe Miller, one of the greatest tippers according to Tyler Joe Miller.
Yeah.
Why are you tipping on
Not
everything?
just the tip I give. I give more than just that.
Why?
I give a lot of the tip.
Do you have a tip limit? Like, is there? So, if I order a sandwich,
Yeah.
at say Quiznos,
Oh, I love Quiznos.
and they pass me the card swipe thing, and it says, "Care to leave a tip? 18, 20, 25." I'm like appalled that this is happening. Even when you're at the, maybe it's even worse when you're at like a sporting event or you're at a concert.
Yeah.
And the person literally reached into a bucket of ice and pulled out a can of beer, charged you $14, and then said, "Care to tip 15, 20, 25%? That is the most ridiculous thing in the world.
I feel so much pressure, and I cave. 25.
Get out. 25?
Yeah, don't tell my business manager this.
25% on like a $14 beer that someone didn't even have to have eyes to retrieve. Like they just stuck their hand down. Like,
Yeah, gave me the finger and then gave me the beer, and I
think
still
it's
will
out
tip
of control.
25%.
I think it's out of control.
I know it
wonder-
is. I agree.
But you still cave to it.
I'm a sucker. Yeah, that's it. I don't know.
How do you own property? How can you afford property? I don't.
I don't own.
That's how well you
I
are
live in
doing.
Vancouver.
That's how well you are doing in life. You have what, a dozen number ones or top 10s now at radio in your 5-year career? 6 years.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Two number ones, 10 top 10s. So it happened pretty quick. But that's probably why I don't own my property, because I'm tipping too much.
That's just it. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, how do you own? It's like, oh, now it makes sense.
Yeah.
You started your music career, some would say at the worst time. I would say at the best time ever, because expectancies were right around zero. You release an album and then the world closed for COVID.
Yeah.
You got music that is playing on the radio, and the radio doesn't even know how to communicate with you because everyone is off the grid officially March of 2020.
Yeah, it was nuts because like even like the first song that we put out,
Pillow Talkin,
didn't have a picture. We didn't have pictures of me. It was just like the graphic for the single was literally Tyler Joe Miller, Pillow Talkin, black backdrop, and like that was it. And like people were like, "Who the hell is this guy?" And the song just like it blew up, just being what it was, which is cool for me because like I don't know, all of like the recognition and fame, whatever this is. It's like that was never like too interesting for me. It was like if my songs can become famous, like that's the best for me.
Yeah,
you know, like I don't care if people know who I am. Now I do because I want them to come to my shows. But it was like at least I hope my songs get well known and become famous. And all of a sudden they started blowing up in Canada, and people are like, "Who the hell is this guy?"
So
I'm still trying to figure that out.
And then you got to figure out too, because it's taking off. All of a sudden you've jumped a few steps of the ladder.
Yeah.
And you're like, is there kind of like an crap moment where we got to really make hay while the sun's shining?
Yeah. Like we didn't really know what to do. Like I'd gotten signed to a record deal just before COVID, put out this first song.
Hang on. How did you get signed to the record deal? Like, how did that start off? Because if you weren't really doing a lot of shows, and were you just writing music and putting it on YouTube?
Yeah. Like I was a backup like guitar player and vocalist for like other country artists in BC. And, I was like just being like the backup guy, having a good time and just like shaking hands and meeting people at different shows and stuff. And I wasn't playing like too much. Like it was once in a blue moon that I would go play. And then, there was a girl by the name of Kristen Carter that I was playing with. And I think I played maybe a couple shows with her, and we were just good friends, and she's a credible vocalist. And she was like, let's do like some covers. And so we did like a Christmas cover, and people seem to really like it, and it still circulates every Christmas. And then she was like, oh, let's do this other like.
Wait, only at Christmas?
Yeah, it's weird. And Christmas in July. But yeah, she was like, let's do this Ed Sheeran and Beyonce cover of their song Perfect. And we did it, and it started circulating a lot, and then got the attention of some people, I guess. And then I had a label reach out to me and go, do you want to be doing your own thing? Do you have songs? Do you write and all this? And like, I was a writer, but I didn't really write with other people a whole lot yet. So I was like still learning how this whole industry works.
Were you maybe, you were a writer, but not with intention?
Yeah, totally.
Like
I just loved
working on
creating
the craft.
music.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just a hobby. Like it was something that I loved. And, yeah. And then all of a sudden the label's like, well, like we're interested in stuff. And then I ended up doing a showcase in Vancouver at the Roxy. And the label, I think it was like the next day, reached out and was like, yeah, we want to figure this out and do a deal. And at first it was like a developing artist deal thing that it would have taken like probably years to kind of get things up and going. And then I'd sent over some songs. They'd heard some, I'd played some for them. And then I remember I was like probably like 60 feet up on a boom lift, fixing fascia boards on a townhouse, when all of a sudden I got the call and they're like, hey, we want to sign you to a deal. And I was like, just a second, let me get down to my truck. Cause like I was just doing construction before that. I was a contractor. And so, I wasn't expecting to be doing music at all. And then all of a sudden it was what I had to do for a living.
So you had nothing but security, because being a contractor, there's less and less great contractors out there.
Yeah.
There's more and more people that are arguably useless.
Yeah.
And are willing to pay to get it fixed. So you can make unbelievable amounts of money as a contractor.
Yeah.
And someone says, we want to sign you to a record deal. And you're like, yeah, sure. I'll just go into the vast expanse of unknown.
Yeah.
And you rolled the dice on you. You bet on you and it paid.
Yeah. Crazy. Yeah. But I also like, I promised myself that I wouldn't do like the starving musician thing where it was like, I'm putting all of my chips on red, and if it hits black, then I'm screwed. I was like, no, I want to, like, especially like when things happened, like it was COVID, so I couldn't go play anywhere. I couldn't do anything.
Yeah, so there's no expenses in travel.
Nothing. Yeah, and I was still TJ Miller, which there is an actor and comedian TJ Miller. So my wonderful PR team helped me figure out what to do with that. But it's funny because I was like, oh, my Instagram's already Tyler Joe Miller. I'm like, oh, that's country. I was like, well, that's what the TJ stands for. And I was like, that's already my Instagram. We're like, oh, perfect. Let's use that. And so, because the TJ Miller actor had some...
I think he did
some allegations.
Yeah, I think he did something like, there's a bomb on the train.
Yeah, there's a bomb threat.
Which, man, the Transportation Safety Board is not a fan of that.
No, they don't take that lightly, I believe.
And by the way, the New Jersey transit system does need to be blown up. So he might have been doing someone a favor, because there's some awful lines on the Jersey side. So you get this thing, it's all now rolling. You kind of get a little bit of a team fostered together.
Yeah.
But it's still an unknown thing. You must have been leaning on friends in the music. Like you're calling on Kristen, you're probably talking to Dallas Smith, talking to all these people saying, any thoughts? Should I do this? Should I come down from the boom?
Yeah, like I didn't really know too many people in it. Like I was still so green, and like, since we were doing everything through COVID, like you could only meet people online and like through socials and stuff. So a lot of people were following me. I was following a lot of people, but like I didn't really have these like close friendships with other artists that I do now. But I remember I would like tell radio and stuff. I'd be like, I can do radio interviews, but it's going to be on the construction site. And like I'd be up on a ladder while like have my headphones in, like on the radio.
Was that pissing off like the foreman? Or was it just you who was on the site?
No, I was a contractor.
Right. So
yeah,
you were your own boss. You could take care of all that stuff. Because I imagine there's other people who are like, oh, Mr. Country over there. Hey, why don't you pass me the hammer?
Yeah. Well, at that,
I've worked construction sites. I know how those dudes operate.
Yeah. Oh, I know. There's there's a group of like some of my best buddies, and they were doing, they had a painting company. And so I was really spreading myself thin as a contractor, doing my own thing. And like I would just take on as much as I could and then realize that it was just spreading too thin. And so there's a summer that they're like, oh, we got this big contract with like a townhouse complex.
Hang on, you were misquoting yourself.
Yeah.
Like you're taking on jobs and be like, yeah, it'll be 8 hours, no problem. We'll get this done. 30 hours later, it's like, when am I going to get out of here?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you take on this townhome contract with your buddies who are painters.
Yeah. And so they're like, you want to come help us for the summer? And they knew that I knew how to run like a boom lift and everything. And I would do all of like any of the carpentry stuff that needed to be fixed up on the townhouses, like fascia boards and stuff like that.
Moldings and such.
Yeah, I would deal with that. And it was all just like exterior stuff. So you're out in the summer, it's sunny, it was nice.
And it's not 10,000 degrees in the lower mainland.
Yeah.
Like a Texas humid, July afternoon.
Yeah, it can get hot, and I'm a ginger, so
yeah. So you do have that against you. It's already like 10 degrees hotter for you.
It's still suicide.
Being a ginger.
Yeah. But yeah, so my buddies were like running the company, and then I kind of like I was just like basically a subcontractor to them, and yeah. So I was helping them on the crew and stuff, and like painting homes and all that stuff, and then yeah, that's those buddies are kind of like who helped cover my butt when I would have to leave and go start like doing radio tours and yeah, like coming in, even to Toronto for like media stuff and all that. And so yeah, so they were super supportive from like day one.
That's
going
awesome.
like, dude, like you got to go do this stuff.
That's awesome.
And so yeah, and then I always had a job to go back home to and just get back into the swing of things. But we did that until basically COVID opened up, and it was like, all right, like now you got to be on the road. And like our first show ever was Calgary Stampede at Nashville North Tent.
That's a nice intro.
Yeah. And so me and the band were like, oh shit, we got to figure out what we're doing now as a band. But
how did you get the band together during COVID?
They actually, so I used to play, like I grew up playing music in church. Like that's how I picked up guitar for the first time, basically trying to impress girls, not Jesus. And,
Jesus, check this out. Check out this hot lick.
Yeah, check out this riff. Metal Zone pedal.
Yeah. Lots of churches in the lower mainland. Surrey, Langley, Abbotsford.
Yeah. Yeah. And they were basically like my band at the church. Like we were a band at the church, which was, it was cool because there was a moment that the church was doing like a bunch of different styles of bands. So they almost had like a punk band. We were kind of like the more country folky band and stuff. And so when I had left the church, and that's a whole other conversation, I just got kind of tired of a bunch of bullshit. But when I left, I like told the band, I was like, if I get back into music, I'm gonna take a break for a while. I was like, but if I do it again, like I want to follow my country roots. Like I've always loved country music, grew up on it my whole life. Like I'm a fairly country dude. That's just kind of,
you're full on country.
I do. Yeah. I don't know if that makes me country, but is country-ish.
No condo owner I know has a chicken.
Yeah. But I told them, I was like, when I, if something actually happens and I get to start playing shows and stuff, I was like, you guys are the first call. And so they all love country music so much. And so once I got the record deal and things started happening and shows started coming in, I was like, do you guys still want the gig? And they all said yes. And so they've been the band ever since.
That's great because I remember when I was a kid and I would go to church and they would have the band playing. There was some like high school students that were in the band. And I thought, wow, I didn't picture them to be at church and stuff like that. But yeah. I quickly recognized like every week they're playing guitar and they're just getting better and better and better. And you're formatting yourself to play some songs that you otherwise wouldn't play. So you're challenging yourself all the time. So you're becoming tight without even really knowing it. Like not really practicing it. It's just something that you're doing because you have to be there at noon on a Sunday.
Yeah.
So I love it. So you guys get out on the road. But before that, like a second before that, I thought like your first live show was in Calgary, but wasn't that around the same time of you won SiriusXM's Top of the Country? Was Top of the Country maybe later that fall, or because you won in 2021, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So like when I was doing like the radio interviews and all that stuff, like I remember being on the Top of the Country meetings, but my video was always off and my headphones were in. And it's because I was painting all day. Like I was still working, but then we would be having like I don't know what they're called. Like,
mentor sessions.
Yeah, the mentor sessions and all that. And it's like, I'm listening to everything. I felt bad because I was like, what if they think I'm not like taking this seriously or I'm not listening? But it's like, I had my headphones in. I was listening the whole time. But yeah, it was at the exact same time because it was like Top of the Country. We couldn't really do like the finale yet because we couldn't.
The world was
it was shut down. Yeah. And so, yeah, that was at that exact same time. And I was still so green and being like, I don't know what the hell is going on. But then through that time and through COVID, like I had 2 number ones. Like that first year, it was like back to back. And so it was like this crazy thing where it's like, I love that I'm in this like mentorship thing and like learning so much about the industry, but then also my songs are blowing up and I'm not knowing how the hell this is happening. And it was like this crazy thing all happened at the same time.
Because you were so new and because I'm a jackass, I think it would have been awesome during the mentorship thing. You're like, I'm out. This sounds like it sucks. Why would anyone do any of this? This is wild. But so yeah, because then you had to go perform the grand finale for the Top of the Country event.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Was it in London, Ontario? Where was it? Or was it Calgary?
I think it was London. Yeah.
So that was still one of your very first shows, and you've got a 3-song set, and there's basically $25,000 on the line. But all of the press that comes along, like the media attention that competition brings to a new artist, a young artist, is unbelievable. The impressions, like millions of impressions.
Yeah.
So you had to go do that with only a couple live shows under your belt.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Basically. Yeah.
And then you won.
And then we won. Yeah.
What did you spend the money on right away? Did you go straight to the bar that night with your novelty check?
No, that thing was huge. I didn't know what to do with it. I remember like leaving and I think Nicole was giving me a ride back to my hotel or something. I remember like cracking the thing in half and like folding it. And she's like, what are you doing? We just wrote you that. I was like, well, it's not the real check, but like, I can't carry this. It's so big.
So that novelty check, I think, was created because Amy Janinga, who is the president of the CCMA, she was very nervous to be on stage.
Yeah.
And someone jokingly suggested, not to her, let's create a big awkward moment for her. So she has to hold this giant check.
Not to make her feel better, but worse.
Oh man. She was so fun to work with and so easy to tease because when we would go out and announce the winners, she was like, what are you going to say to me? What are you going to do? Like, what's going to happen? She was so worried that I was going to screw her up on stage. I'm like, Amy, I'm not going to do that to you.
Yeah.
This publicly.
Yeah.
Once we get off the stage, I'm going to say the worst things to you.
Yeah.
But that was such a great, it's such a great program to be part of. Like not only the people who create it, but the artists who participate in it, because it really was designed not to give anybody $25,000. It was designed, it's a contest designed to elevate an artist.
Yeah.
If you're at level 3 on the ladder, let's get you to level 4, maybe 5. How can we get you exposure? And it's done exactly that.
Yeah.
Year over year. And the crazy thing, because of COVID, it made us also pause in the development of it and really kind of stretch, okay, what can we do for mentorship? So the year that we were involved with it got crazy mentorship compared to the year before because everything was delayed by, seems like a year or something like that. We had all this extra time.
Yeah. I feel like we definitely got like probably the most out of it than anybody else could.
Yeah.
It was like it was basically like 2 years of it.
Right.
Like it was nuts.
Because you were in it at 2020 and it wasn't awarded until fall of 2021. So yeah. And normally we would have 2 months to do all the mentorship and stuff like that. No, it was a cool thing. And it's great that it worked out too, because you've been part of it. Andrew Hyatt has been part of it. And you just went on tour with Andrew, and he tells a story about you taking the stage late in the evening after a few pops. You did your set and you would come back and do I don't know. Maybe you play Pillow Talk as a closer. Would you do Pillow Talking as a closer?
Did Andrew
or
tell you this? That son of a gun.
We're gonna play the clip.
Yeah. TJ, he knows how to have a good time. He used to be a carpenter. That's an inside joke. But anyway, if you ever get him in here, you need to ask him about that specifically.
Why is because that's all he ever talks about?
No, like on the end of the Calgary date. Like we all had one night. He's going to kill me for telling this story, but on the end of the night in Calgary, that was his night where he got a little bent out of shape. Like all of us had at least one night on that run where we were like, all right, we flew a little too close to the sun. I'm going to dial it back by like 4 drinks on stage for the rest of the tour. And we finish the like main part of the set. We get called for an encore. He's like out the back of, I think we played Ranchman's in Calgary, and he is just like not doing well. He's beyond his limit. And he starts the encore. So he walks back out, and it was not a straight line. It was like gets out, and he always had this speech like, I used to be a carpenter, and I was a painter, and I'm super thankful that this song like changed my life, and I get to be a musician for a living. And he had this whole like beautiful speech that he very eloquently said. He's great with his words, and he gets up there and he goes, "Hey, Sri Carpenter." And then the band just looks at each other and just like goes right into the song. They're like, make him stop talking. It was incredible. Sorry to sell you out there, man.
I used to be a carpenter.
Oh God. There was a show that I thought I was invincible. It was like the 5th show in the run, I think. And
it's you, Shawn Austin, Andrew Hyatt.
Yeah.
Shawn Austin has a newborn at home, so who knows where he's at.
Yeah.
Hyatt's a maniac.
Yeah.
And you're just good times.
Yeah.
And you're running 10 degrees warmer than everybody else because you're a ginger.
Obviously. Yeah.
So you're invincible.
Yeah.
But were you like the first on or something like that? Or did
no,
you rotate
like
shows or
the way that the show went was that nobody was an opener, nobody was a closer. And so the whole idea of like it being a mixtape was like, it was basically like on shuffle. Like you just had no clue who was up next. And so one of us would go on, and then we had a bar set up at the back of the stage, like on the stage, but basically when you weren't singing, you were just like back there drinking, having a good time, hyping up the other guys singing. And we had played like,
hang on. So you had the same band playing for you guys, but then
we all split a band.
Yeah. And then the front, you and Shawn would be sitting down, popping back some drinks while Andrew's singing.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden Andrew would finish, and like I would go up and sing, and then they'd be at the bar hanging out and stuff. And it was a really cool concept.
I like how you say concept. I love where this is leading. So yeah, I was on paper.
Yeah. Well, when it comes down to it, it's like you're drinking the whole show. And like we had talked about the idea of like, oh, maybe like some of these, like maybe the bottle of whiskey, we fill it with like iced tea or something. And then we're like, well, we also want to have fun.
Yeah. Someone's going to get sick.
Yeah.
Can't drink that much
so
iced
much
tea.
sugar. Oh, that's bad for you. But yeah, so we would have some wobbly pops, and there was a night that the night before I thought I actually drank more, and I was just having a good time, and I felt great. I felt amazing, and the crowd was awesome. I think we were playing at like Cook County in Edmonton, and people are like passing me these like triple buckets and stuff that I'm drinking these like, I don't know what they were. It was like these bucket like Long Island iced teas or something like that.
That's normally the reason to why you got the headache. I don't know what they were.
Yeah, yeah, but they're like handing me drinks from the crowd, which
High
maybe I
octane.
shouldn't do. And and then the next day we didn't go on until like 10:30. And so we got nothing to do, and this is in Calgary, and we're basically just like casually drinking all day, and then all of a sudden,
You got to go to work.
We got to go to work, and we start playing, and I remember Shawn was singing, and me and Andrew are at the bar, and all of a sudden I hold up the bottle of whiskey, and it's empty, and I look at Andrew and I go, uh-oh. And he's like, that was you. And I was like, no, you and Shawn drink the whiskey, like do the mixed drinks. I was like, I do the beers. And he's like, oh, those are gone too. You did both. And I was like, how am I drinking this? Like, what are you talking about? I'm fine. Last thing I remember.
Whoa. How many songs were you doing that? Did you do that night, do you think? 6, 7, or?
I did all of them. I finished the whole set.
But you did like, how many songs were in your set?
Oh, probably like 9 each. Wow. Maybe like something like that. Like, but then we would do songs like together and stuff. And like if one of us had like a duet or something, like we'd go out and sing with each other. And I remember tidbits, but I remember feeling so bad because the next day I like woke up and I was down and out. Like, yeah. And I casually drink. Like I don't drink a whole lot all the time. Like it was a moment that it was like, ooh, that was just a bad night. And let's do better next time. Cause I'm also thinking too, I'm like, people pay money to go to shows. People paid money to go to that show. I want to give them the best quality show that I can give them. And I felt bad because that was the first time that I was like, I don't feel like I gave my best quality show. And so I'm feeling bad and I'm in my bunk bed on the bus going, I woke up in the morning, felt great somehow. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't do like some songs. I didn't do like my acoustic song and probably didn't sing Pillow Talkin'. And I opened up my phone and there's videos of me doing all these things. And I was like, oh my God. And
Such a
it was
terrible feeling. Like if you wake up, you're hungover, you've blacked out at some point. I think the good news though is that the blackout is just an eraser that comes in after you've already participated in the event and you did it at a functioning level, but the blackout just comes in, erases it, and it makes you second guess yourself like, oh my God, I don't think I played those songs.
Yeah.
Or actually, you just got off the stage with probably about a half hour to spare.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny because like the next morning I was like, oh my God, I don't remember these things. But like I was just so out of it. I was tired and I drank too much and whatever. But then all of a sudden they start coming back and you're like, oh my God, I do remember this. But,
right. You're pulling back the police footage.
Yeah.
Let's go over the tape. Let's see what really went down.
Yeah. But no, I'm a responsible adult too. And like, yeah, like drinking can be part of the show and all that. But it's like finding that balance can be hard sometimes when you're in the moment. But yeah, it was one of those nights that I was like, all right, let's not do that again.
Country music though, if you were an alcoholic, it would be the one genre that your sponsor would say, don't get into. Do not get into country music because let's be honest, it is a culture of drinking.
Yeah.
Talking about drinking, fighting after drinking, forgetting this and stuff. I mean, I bet there are 10 songs on the top 50 chart right now that have drinking in them.
Yeah.
So it's a part of it.
Yeah.
But I think it's good that you can reset. Like you go, oh, not good.
Yeah.
Not my favorite. I don't like feeling that way. So you can just move forward and the next time it's better. But those people in Calgary, they don't know because I talked to them all and they were wasted.
Well, last thing too, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to call my PR. But
he's one of us.
Yeah. And then I'm like, there is no videos of this. And there was no, like, I didn't have anybody be like, whoa, he drank too much.
You were really concerned.
I was. I actually truly felt so bad about it because this is like when I do a job, I take it seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a goofball, but it's like even music and playing shows, like it's a fun thing that we get to go do and it doesn't seem like a job, but it's like, I still take it seriously and I want to give people the best possible product that I can give them, especially when they're paying their hard-earned money to come to shows. But it definitely does help a little bit when they're also drinking their faces off and like question. Maybe they don't notice it, but
so you've got, we talked off the top about all these songs, top 10s and singles, number ones and stuff like that. Are you constantly writing music right now? Or do you got to take a break and not have a guitar in your hand every once in a while just to make sure things do operate the way they should when you need it to?
Yeah, I'm pretty consistently writing. But I normally kind of like save it up of just like, I'm choosing these moments to like, if it's like going down to Nashville to write, I'll go down for like a month straight and just write like every single day. But then it's like when I'm home, like I feel like people might think that artists are just like, they write every day, and some do. But for me, I'm like, man, I also gotta like, I've got property. I gotta go mow my lawn. I gotta, I got all these, like take kid to school and like do laundry and dishes. And it's just like the regular normal things that everybody does that I feel like people assume that musicians aren't also doing.
I find cutting the grass so relaxing.
I love it. I love it, actually.
Cutting the grass and washing my car. Just getting the hose out and washing your car, because no one is going to stop you from doing that at that moment.
Yeah.
Like no one, hey, come give me a hand with that. No, they won't go anywhere near you because you got a hose in your hand.
Yeah.
They know that violence is just one spray away.
Yeah.
But I like it because I don't know, it's just kind of like refreshing. Like it clears your head or something. I don't know.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, for me, like doing music, I feel like it's hard to have a sense of accomplishment. I think when you play a show, it pays off, but you're also going like, oh, I could have sang better on this part, or I could have done better here. Or, if you finish off a tour, it's like, oh, that's awesome. We did this. Or you get a song back and like, it's the final, you get the master back and it's like, all right, we've accomplished finishing the song, but like, it doesn't happen too often. Or definitely not like a daily thing in music. And back when I was doing like construction stuff, you could see it's like, oh, I built that today, or I painted that today, or I made this thing happen today, and you can see it.
Yeah, music is such a long game.
It is.
I don't know how some artists do it.
Yeah.
Personally.
So like when I used to paint, like I would just throw like a true crime podcast in, and I would just like, I'd be gone all day. It's just like go work and just like listen, unplug from everything else. And like that was therapeutic for me. And when I get to like just hop on my mower and like cut the grass, or like wash the truck, or what, it's like I have that sense of accomplishment of like, oh, I did this today. And like that's very therapeutic for me. And I feel like I need that.
You ever get a song back from mastering and be like, whoop, it's worse than when it went out? Because you're putting a lot of faith and trust into some producers out there. And I know their idea is to punch it up, but sometimes they punch it in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I feel like I'm like very involved in like the production part of it, where like I love being in the studio when all of the musicians are coming to play. And lately we've been doing it like live off the floor, so I'm there with the band and everything. So like I get to be a part of it, and if something's like for an example, this last time I was cutting songs, there's one tune that like I really loved, and it's one of the newest ones that I cut and have ready to go, and absolutely love the song. And then the band starts playing it, and I was like, oh, this sounds a little bit different from what I had expected it to be. But I'm like, all right, maybe like I got to be open to the fact that other people might hear it in a different way, that it might be better than what I think. And so I was just kind of sitting back, listening, and there's like this guitar part that was really cool, but I was like, it's not for this song. And so finally, like, producer turned around and he's like, what do you think about this? Which is like the nicest thing to hear in the world, when they want the artist's feedback on the songs that they've written and are paying for and are singing and all that. And so I gave my honest opinion. I was like, it sounds really cool, but I just don't think that it's the right line like for this song. Like I feel like this one needs a little more like emotion, not just like a cool riff. And he's like, cool, let's try that. And then they nailed it. And so it was like, I like that I don't have to get to that point, that it's like I'll get a song back and be like, oh, this sucks. Like I get to be a part of the production part of it so much that like we get to kind of make sure that doesn't happen.
But that's good. And it's lucky too that you have that ability to say, no, that's not right, and more of this and less of that, because there's not a lot of artists who I think have that ability. And there's a song out there right now that is doing well. And there's a lyric in the song. I'm like, why would anybody keep that lyric in? Like, why are these words in? Someone should have just went with a delete key and fixed this right off the, but no one stood up.
It's one of my songs, right?
It's one of your songs.
Yeah.
You wrote it in 2019.
Yeah.
But it only went to number one. And
Right.
that's, you know, and once you hit number one, then what are you going to do?
Yeah.
But no, it's good because look, you've got a room full of people and there's a bunch of people who might have a good idea and there's a bunch of people who might have a bad idea, but let them all come out.
Yeah.
And see what we can do to make the song better.
Totally.
And not be afraid to say to a guitarist, yeah, that's not it. And slow down, drum fill.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Yeah.
You're
Like-
playing with wire brushes for one.
Yeah. You're on the jambé. Chill out.
Yeah. Drummers, hey? They set up that drum kit and they just cannot wait. It's like an MMA fight. You
Yeah.
know, they ring the bell and the drummer just goes
Yeah.
every single time.
We've been making my drummer do an acoustic song in the middle of our set this last year.
Like actually get up front with the, okay.
Because there would be a part in the set where the whole band would come out and like hype up the crowd, and like the drummer would get up from the drums and like come to the front and like throw merch out, or I don't know, just like getting the crowd hyped up. But I did this bit where it's like, oh, he's taking all the attention away from me. Like, what, you want to be the front man now? And his name's Joe, and so like the joke is like he's the Joe to my Tyler. And he in the middle of one of the sets, I forget what show it was, I said from the mic, I was like, Joe, like, do you think that you're the front man? Because you're kind of acting like it right now. And he's like, well, I could do it. And I was like, you want to do it then? Here. And I took off my guitar and he goes, don't. Because we had talked about it beforehand. And he's like,
so
I don't.
He didn't know.
He was like, I don't think I want to do it. Like, he was really nervous about it. And and then I would just like, I'm like, to the crowd, I was like, you guys want to hear Joe play a song?
And of course they go, yeah.
Oh yeah. It's like, Joe. And finally I give him the guitar and I just like cracked a beer and sat down on the stage, and he was so nervous the first time.
Wow.
And then he played Grow Old With You by Adam Sandler from Wedding Singer.
Yeah.
And the whole crowd's like singing Adam Sandler with us in the middle of our country set. And yeah,
awesome.
it was just like a hilarious moment. So like from that moment on, it was like every, well, my stomach just gurgled. I hope that's not on the mic.
I could hear it. I can smell it.
Can you? Yeah. Well, that was my fart. That was my fart. Not on my stomach. We can cut that, yeah? But yeah, it was just like a funny moment. Then we just did it like every show after that for the rest of the summer. So
smart.
drummers,
You have the flexibility. Who you watch? Do you watch when you watch bands? Like you saw a band yesterday, or do you see them on stage and you're more analytical of their performance and how they're doing things as opposed to just kind of being in the moment? Like you're taking down notes.
I'm always watching. Yeah, it's just like figuring out how people do things differently, and yeah, it's hard it's hard to just like sit back and be like, oh, I'm just like enjoying it. Where music just always feels like yeah, the band that we saw last night, it's like they're not a country band, but I'm still focusing on like, all right, live, how are they playing? What's that guitar playing do? Like, when did they come up to the front? When, like, yeah, just like analyzing it always, which can be a tiring thing too. It's like you want to just be able to sit back and relax.
Do you play your own tape and analyze you on stage?
We have like our show's multi-tracked, and so we can listen back to.
But do you watch it?
The whole set?
Have you seen a video of you, and do you look at it and go, "Oh boy, let's not do that"? Because myself, I would die.
Right.
I can barely stand listening to myself.
Yeah.
and I have to edit stuff all the time. I'm like, oh, it's so cringy.
Yeah. I mean, there's always videos that people are posting and stuff of me playing live. There's some stuff that it's like, oh, I should have done that different, or oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
But it's honestly like I'm so overly critical of myself that I have to realize that like nobody else is thinking that.
Well, it's great to have that motor. You're in the better spot.
Yeah.
Better to be critical than otherwise.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to leave the house with like only one shoe, and
Yeah.
you know, your fly's always undone. It's like, yeah, TJ doesn't care.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're critical, and he's like, yeah, I did up my pants today.
Yeah.
I'm way ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
What's the rest of 2026 for TJ? Get that album out?
Yeah, we got
coming in the fall, or what are you thinking?
That's the hope. That is the hope that it will come out in the fall. We got some new music coming out pretty soon.
Your stomach?
Dude, it's my stomach. I didn't eat breakfast.
I think your stomach's eating you.
Like, hold it down here?
Your stomach is eating you.
You got Pepto on you?
Got everything. Got all the drugs. I'll send the mule over.
Oh, God.
Where would you like people to follow Tyler Joe Miller? Instagram? TikTok? Do you hate TikTok?
I hate having to be a part of this whole thing on TikTok. But I'm trying to find like my groove of like where I belong in the TikTok world. Cause like, it's so hard just to like, let me lip sync and pretend to play guitar to this song of mine. And I hope that people listen. And it's like, nobody watches that stuff for my stuff. It's more of like the comedy aspect of it and like the goofy stuff that does well.
I think you should just do something with your chickens. Just make it all about your chickens.
Yeah, I should.
How many eggs are your chickens producing? We gotta wrap.
What's happening?
Somebody call 911. What's the number to 911? Call them. Tyler Joe Miller.
What were you just saying?
It doesn't matter. It's done.
It doesn't matter.
Thanks for doing this, man.
Thanks for having me.
Follow Music Row on X at Music Row Country. On Instagram at Music Row Official. Music Row is produced by Shed of Dreams.